Yeah. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Singhadev Bhagavan, Jagannath, Baladev Subhadra, Shishi Gonita, Tulsi Mani, Haridas Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. Continuing on, Canto 6, chapter number 17. We heard yesterday about Chitraketu and his liberation, the hardship he went through, and how he was also given this opportunity to have darshan with the Supreme Lord. So, chapter 17 is entitled Mother Parvati Curses Chitraketu. Chitraketu then began traveling in outer space as the head of the Vidyadharas. So, Vidyadharas are a special group of wonderful devotees who have this ability, a facility to be able to travel anywhere they want. With bodily strength and senses free from deterioration, he traveled within the valleys of Sumeru mountain, enjoying life with the women of Vidyadhara Loka by chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Hari. One time, while King Chitraketu was in outer space on a brilliantly fulgent airplane given to him by Lord Vishnu, he saw Lord Shiva surrounded by siddhas and charanas, surrounded by great souls. Lord Shiva was sitting in an assembly of great saintly persons and embracing Parvati on his lap with his arm. So this must have been a phenomenal sight. Lord Shiva with Mother Parvati on his lap, surrounded by all these great sages. Chitraketu laughed loudly and spoke within the hearing of Parvati, expressing his wonder that Shiva would do such a thing in the saintly assembly. So he wasn't criticizing. He was just amazed how the Lord is so independent. He's so amazing towards his devotees that he would sit in an assembly of devotees with Parvati on his lap. So he wasn't being offensive. He was actually very respectful. However, upon hearing Chitraketu, as he did not intend any offense, Lord Shiva and his followers smiled and remained silent. However, there was some pride in Chitraketu, thinking that he was a better controller of the senses than Shiva. So maybe a little bit of pride might have been there. Parvati became angry, stating that Chitraketu seems to have surpassed the demigods and sages, regards what is dharma, and is thinking himself a great devotee. Parvati, calling Chitraketu as her son, Putra, in order to increase his prema for the Lord and reduce his pride, cursed him to take birth in a demoniac family. So we have to understand, Mother Parvati, she's the gatehouse, she is the prison gatehouse keeper of this material world. She's the one who stops us from going. If there is any tinge of materialism within us, yes, that's her job. So she's detected, oh, Chitraketu is such a nice devotee, but it looks like there might be a little bit of pride in him. I will help this devotee. I will curse this devotee. And that will increase his prema, love for the Lord. And it will reduce his pride. It will get rid of his little impediment that he has. This is the mercy of Parvati. It wasn't done out of anger. Although it does say here, she became angry. But actually, it was out of compassion. The devotees are helped by Mother Parvati to achieve the spiritual world. She becomes like the stepping stone for the devotee. So she's very kind-hearted. But if we are got any material attachments or material qualities, then she will keep us in this world. When Chitraketu was cursed, he descended from his plane, bowed before Parvati with humility and pleased her. Chitraketu said, I accept this curse. For the living entities suffer and enjoy due to their past deeds. The demigods simply give them happiness and distress accordingly. So this is the pure devotee, the wonderful devotee. He did not get angry, he did not retaliate, he did not feel upset, but he accepted. This is your prasad. The Lord wanted Chitraketu to return to Vaikuntha as soon as possible. So out of fatherly affection, he inspired Parvati to curse him, to show the great strength of a devotee in seeing curses, blessings, heaven and hell equally, to remove the improper life of Chitraketu as leader of the Vidyadharas. For the devotee, this life as the leader of the Vidyadharas is not appropriate, because that's a life of sense enjoyment, generally. So the Lord, although he had granted him that, he was not wanting him to continue, to let Chitraketu continue in that mood.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
I just wanted to ask you, why Parvati cursed Chitraketu? I missed that.
Okay, because what happened, Chitraketu was flying over Kailash and he saw Lord Shiva. Parvati was on her lap, on his lap, and all great saintly people were surrounding them.
Yeah.
So, and this was the scene here. This is it. So there's Chitraketu in the aeroplane. He's observing
okay.
Shiva, Parvati sitting together. One second. You finished? Just one second. Let me just, sorry about this.
He was in the palace?
Yeah, I just wanted to pause for a second. 1 second. So is that okay, Praveen? So what happened? Chitraketu just laughed at seeing Lord Shiva and Parvati together like this. And he said, oh, it's amazing how the Lord Shiva, is behaving in such a way in front of so many saintly people, not in an insulting way, but perhaps there was some little pride in there, thinking, oh, I am better. Oh, sorry, just 1 second. Outside. This Lord Shiva is outside, is in Kailash.
Kailash.
Yeah.
And is he watching from his palace or is...
He's watching from his aeroplane. He's got a special aeroplane given to...
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah, by Vishnu.
Yeah, I heard you saying that.
So Parvati, she detected, oh, Chitraketu has a little pride. So she cursed him.
All right.
That pride, yeah.
All right.
But
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Okay. So this was to increase Chitraketu's hunger for prema, which is loving devotion to the Lord by the fire of separation, because she'd cursed him to become a demon. Bestow upon him the great sweetness of direct service in Vaikuntha. So this was what was inspiring Parvati to curse the Chitraketu. So Chitraketu continued, because he's already said, look, I accept your curse. It is the Lord only who creates happiness and distress for the continuation of the materialistic way of life for the living entity. So someone may ask, does the Lord favor some jiva and hate others? Right? Is the Lord discriminatory? Does he care for some and hate others? Chitraketu explains that the Supreme Lord is equally disposed towards all living entities. Therefore, no one is very dear to him. And no one is a great enemy for him. No one is his friend. No one is his relative. So the Lord is completely detached. Being unattached to material world, he has no affection for so-called happiness or hatred or so-called distress. Chitraketu then begs pardon from Parvati and left in his aeroplane, to the astonishment of Shiva and Parvati. So this shows the greatness of Chitraketu. And even Lord Shiva, who is the greatest Vaishnava, and Parvati, his eternal consort, were amazed. Wow, what a devotee. Lord Shiva said to Parvati, in the presence of the assembled sages, just see the greatness of the Vaishnavas, who are the servants of Hari. Engaged in devotional service, they are fearless, considering heaven, hell, liberation as all the same. Because of their perfect knowledge and detachment, they are not interested in the so-called happiness and distress of this world. Like me, Chitraketu is a dear devotee of the Lord, equal to all living entities and free from attachment and hatred. So what is the greatness of the devotees? Lord Shiva indicated that Parvati is beautiful, but the beauty of the devotee is greater. Vishnu caused Parvati to be offended and utter a curse, but he showed the greatness of his devotee, whose prema did not decrease and remained steady even when cursed. So Chitraketu just was so cool about the curse. Parvati's curse did not give the slightest unhappiness to Chitraketu, which means the curse was powerless. So this is a really very important instruction, actually. Our life, if we can mold it so that whoever we come across, we bring out the best in them, not the worst. That is actually first class. So in this situation, Chitraketu did not allow the curse of Parvati to make him degraded. He did not allow that. In fact, he showed his situation, his position as a great devotee, by accepting the curse and understanding the circumstance behind it. So this is great. This is a really very good lesson for us as well, to try to, in every situation, be composed, no matter how difficult that situation may appear to be. Parvati was pacified when she heard her husband's speech. Chitraketu could have cursed Parvati in return, but instead he humbly accepted her curse. Thus, he took birth as the demon, Vrittasura. So this is Vrittasura. He's a massive, huge demon. It took 1 year for Indra to kill the demon. If one hears this story of Chitraketu from a pure devotee, the listener will be freed from the conditional life of material existence. One who rises early in the morning and recites this history of Chitraketu, controlling his words and mind and remembering the Supreme Lord, will return back to Godhead. So this is a wonderful pastime to remember. And we may not be able to read first thing in the morning, but just to remember this pastime is actually such a blessing. How Chitraketu, he lost his son, or he got the blessing of a son, he lost the son, and he heard from his son how, which father is this? So he became detached by the blessings of Angira and Narad Muni. And then he was granted an aeroplane by the Lord, granted the darshan of the Lord. Then he came to see Shiva and Parvati and got cursed by Parvati, but he remained sober. He's completely spiritually perfect. And then he took birth as Vrittasura. Chapter 18. Diti vows to kill King Indra. So now we're moving into a little different pastimes. Aditi, she is the mother of the Devatas, gave birth to 12 Adityas. The descendants of the first four were mentioned in Bhagavatam 6th Canto, 6th chapter, 28 to 45. Now the descendants of the remaining 8 are mentioned. On the other hand, Diti is the mother of the demons. And Canto 3, chapter 17, describes the birth of Diti's 2 demoniac sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. In this demoniac family, however, the great devotee Prahlad appeared. Prahlad Maharaj appeared. And Bali Maharaj also appeared. The demons are technically known as Daityas, and the demigods Adityas, because they come, Daityas because they come from the womb of Diti. The 49 Marut demigods were also born from the womb of Diti. None of them had sons. Although they were born of Diti, King Indra gave them a position as demigods. Parikshit Maharaj was surprised that demons were made demigods, so inquired from Sukadev Goswami the reason for this. Did they perform some pious or ritualistic activity to deserve this? Sukadev Goswami replied, Diti was very angry with Lord Vishnu, who killed her twin sons just to favor Indra. Thus, she desired a son to kill Indra. So this is the Kashyap and Aditi, the 12 Adityas. Who are they? Vivasvan, sun god, Aryam, Pusha, Twashta, Savita, Bhaga, Data, Vidata, Varun, Mitra, Shatru, and Urukrama. And from there, these 4, Vivasvan, Aryama, Pusha, and Twashta, they were described earlier. And these are their children. Some had no children. Twashta had Vishwarup as his son. We talked about Vishwarup. He was the demon that was created to kill Indra. And then there are different children. We have from the sun god, we have Shrata Dev, Yamraj, and Yamuna Devi as well. It's children of sun god. And Yamuna and Yamraj are brother-sister. And then this is the remaining 8 Adityas and their offspring. So we have Savita, Bhaga, Data, Vidata, Varun. From Varun, Valmiki took birth, the great author of Ramayana. Mitra, Indra, Urukram. So different, obviously, children came from the descendants of the Adityas. And then this is Kashyap Muni and Diti, the mother of the demons, the 2 sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. And from Hiranyakashipu, we have the great Prahlad, great Prahlad. And we'll talk a lot about Prahlad in the 7th canto, in the next canto. And of course, Bali Maharaj as well. And these are the 49 Maruts. Diti's worship of Lord Vishnu for 1 year, they became devatas along with Indra. So Diti was she didn't like to just, she was a devotee of the Lord. She didn't want to just be the mother of the demons. So she worshipped the Lord for 1 year and made the 49 Maruts who came from her became devatas. With service, love, humility, self-control, and sweet words, Diti did everything she could to satisfy her husband, Kashyap. Kashyap, although learned, was captivated by Diti's artificial behavior and assured her that he will fulfill her desire. This is the time when Diti gave birth to the two demons, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakshu. Diti then asked for an immortal son who can kill Indra. Upon hearing this, Kashyap condemns himself for being too attached to material enjoyment and faces the danger of the impious act of killing Indra. Women are self-interested by nature. Actually, everyone in this world is self-interested by nature. And therefore, they should be protected by all means so that their natural inclination is to be self-interested will not manifest. When either a man or a woman is advanced in spiritual consciousness, the bodily conception of life practically vanishes. We should see all women as spiritual units, aham brahmasmi, whose only duty is to satisfy Krishna. As he gave his word to Diti, he thought that this cannot be violated. But at the same time, Indra does not deserve to be killed. So he thought of a solution. Kashyap advised Diti to follow a vow for 1 year where she would get a son who can kill Indraha. But if she deviated from his vow following the Vaishnava principle, she would get a son who will be favorable to Vishnu. So this was what he asked her to do. Don't harm anyone or curse anyone. Don't speak lies. Cut your hair or nails. Touch anything impure, like skulls or bones. Enter the water while bathing. Become angry. Don't speak or associate with sinful people. Or wear unwashed clothes. Put on garlands that have been already worn. Don't eat food which is left over. Offered to the goddess Kali, contaminated by flesh or fish, brought by a Shudra or seen by a woman in her menstrual period. Or drink water by joining your palms. Don't go out on the street without having washed your mouth, feet, hands in the evening with your hair loose, without being properly decorated, unless you are very grave and sufficiently covered. Don't lie down without washing both your feet or without being purified with wet feet or with your head pointed west or north, naked or with other women, or during the sunrise or sunset. Do's: worship the cows, Brahmins, Lakshmi, and the Lord. Go vipranshiyam achyutam before breakfast while wearing washed clothes and always being pure and being adorned with turmeric and sandalwood pulp with other auspicious items. Worship women who have children whose husbands are living Vati, with flower garlands, sandalwood pulp, ornaments, and other paraphernalia. Worship her husband and offer him prayers, meditate upon him, thinking that he is situated in her womb. Poshtagatam. Diti agreed and began to undergo the vow and became pregnant. Indra, understanding her auntie's intentions, began serving Diti to fulfill his own interest. His purpose was to cheat Diti as soon as he could find some fault in the way she discharged the vows of the ritualistic ceremony. However, he wanted to be undetected, and therefore he served her very carefully. However, Indra found no fault, became anxious. Once being tired, Diti forgot to wash her hands, mouth, feet after eating and went to sleep during twilight. Due to his mystic power, Indra entered her womb and cut her embryo into 7 pieces. However, they became 7 babies who started crying. Then he cut them again into 7 pieces, but they did not die. They told Indra, "We are the Maruts, your brothers. Why are you trying to kill us?" This is the womb of Diti. When Indra saw they were his followers, he accepted them. He told them they had nothing to fear because Diti worshipped Lord Vishnu. Her sons were saved from death and became demigods. Because of worshipping Vishnu, Diti became purified and she awoke. She was happy to see her sons and in friendship with Indra. When asked what happened, Indra, feeling ashamed, truthfully told Diti what he had done and he begged for forgiveness. Diti was satisfied with Indra's behavior and with her permission, he took the Maruts with him to heaven. So this is an interesting pastime. Any questions? Any comments?
Yeah, Prabhu, I didn't understand that bit where, when Diti had to take the vow when about eating. It says eat fish or something. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
eat food
Don't
which is
eat.
left
Don't,
over.
don't eat what is left
Oh,
over.
don't.
Yeah. So this is
Oh,
do not. Don't eat food which is offered to goddess Kali or food contaminated by flesh or fish. Yeah. Don't eat this.
so Goddess Kali, is it why it's not good?
Because generally those who worship Kali, they they may offer her flesh. Sometimes they offer
Oh,
human flesh. And generally their mood is they want something back in return from Mother Kali. And that mood is not good. It's like, you remember Jat Bharat, that Maharaj Bharat, he became a deer in his next life, then he became a Brahmin, Jat Bharat,
yes,
and he pretended to be, like deaf and dumb. And then he was caught by some followers of Mother Kali, and they wanted to sacrifice him to Mother Kali. And because he's a devotee, Mother Kali came out of the deity and killed all the demons. So this is the mood of the demons. They want to offer to Mother Kali unthinkable things. So that's why.
but do they do that? The demon?
Yeah, they still do.
They
Yeah, still
they
doing.
still do.
Yeah.
So what Mother Kali accept?
No,
No.
absolutely not. She's a great devotee of the Lord.
Yeah,
Great devotee. But she knows that these personalities, they are so fallen. She has to somehow, she's so kind, like Lord Shiva, she's so kind. She wants to elevate them. She wants to not curse them, basically. So she will, although she will not accept that offering, she won't necessarily curse them. She won't, unless they're doing something wrong against the Vaishnavas. She will try to
okay.
elevate them. She will try to elevate them.
And also, how come Indra is the brother of the Marut? The Marut, you said that.
Because effectively, it's like a stepbrother. See, Aditi is the sister of Diti, right? The two.
Yeah,
So Aditi gave birth to Indra.
Indra. Oh,
Yeah,
I see, like
yeah, yeah,
cousin brother.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, understand.
Diti, because Indra served her, his auntie, and then went into the womb and had a little session with the Maruts. He divided them up. So in one sense, he's like he's almost like their father in many sense, in one sense, because he's chopped them up into 49 pieces. This is
That's un-
hard to
I
understand.
can't. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but this is what it is.
cannot understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is quite challenging to understand. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank
Okay,
you, Shyamala,
that's
Shyam.
all right.
Surinder,
Thank you.
anything you'd like to share, please? I just noticed you were there with us.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Prabhu, and Dandavat to all the Vaishnavas, Nitai Gaur Hari.
Hare Krishna.
It's very
Hare,
interesting.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Prabhu.
Uh,
Very interesting. Is pastimes of Chitraketu Maharaj. Yes, great devotee, and it's very It's like a learning curve for all of us.
Yeah, definitely.
He became a great devotee, pure devotee. And
Mm.
sometimes you see we have to be very careful even while laughing or making
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah.
Mistake Chitraketu made. Like he laughed and made some bad comments, bad remarks on Lord Shiva's behavior. So the same thing is like in Gaura Lila, there is the great Pandit Keshava Kashmiri who had debate with Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And then
Yes.
when he asked the debate with Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the students of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, they were laughing and like that, ridiculing the great Pandit.
Yeah.
Gauranga Mahaprabhu stopped them immediately. And then this is very exemplary that we should not even
Mm.
laughing, and making comments, especially towards great Vaishnavas. We have to be very careful not to commit Vaishnava aparad.
Mm.
Ram Mahaprabhu in this way protected all his students from committing great Vaishnava aparad towards Keshava Kashmiri. And this verse is explained in Prem Dham Devastotram as follows. श्लोक गंगा वंदनार्थ दिग्जिगीषु भाषितं व्यचलंकृतादि दोष तार्कितार्थ दूषितं ध्वस्त युक्ति रुध बुधि दतधीमधाधरं प्रेमधाम देवमेवानोमि गौर सुंदरम. Similarly, like that, there is even while practicing Krishna consciousness, we should be very careful. Like the word savadhana. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Bandhu Moi Savadhana Mati. Savadhana means with great attention and precaution as well, not to commit offenses.
Yes.
To be attentive in our Krishna conscious practices and especially not to commit offenses. We have to take this precaution. Even Rupa Goswami Maharaj one time remembering Lord Krishna's pastimes and he was laughing and some other devotee was passing by and he felt that, oh, Rupa Goswami is making a mockery or laughing at him. So there was some in this way, but I don't know the details of this Leela. But however, the bottom line is that we have to, in every way, avoid a Vaishnava pride,
Yes. Yes.
laughing or making comments. We have better, we follow in our Krishna conscious practices this advice of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadhari. To be
Mm.
tolerant, respectful, and do not expect honor in return. So to avoid pride, etc. And very in a humble way, mood, chant Hare Krishna always. Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavad, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Thank you for sharing that, and the very important point about how we should be very, very careful, especially around devotees. Etiquette is very important. Thank you. Prabhaben, did you want to ask something?
Yeah, it was the same question what other Mataji asked when he said which is leftover food. Is it the food which we make in our house or is it to do with the God?
No, if somebody's eaten half their food, then really we shouldn't eat that food. Etu kawanu ni kawanu.
Oh,
Yeah, because what happens, etu kawanu kayane, then we're actually also taking on some of their sin, some of their karma.
yes.
So best to avoid.
Just throw away.
You can feed it to the birds.
Yeah.
You put it in the garden.
Yeah.
Throwing food away, I really never liked that idea, but
I know, but sometimes I feel like that
yeah,
if we don't eat food, then why we give to the birds?
the birds, they don't suffer karma.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, animals don't suffer karma.
And do I suffer the karma if I put the food in the garden?
For the animals, no.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No.
I didn't know that. So I was thinking leftover means sometimes if we have cooked too much, then there is a leftover, then we'll eat it next day.
That's
But
okay.
this means you are telling that somebody has eaten,
Yeah.
and which is leftover, then you just give it, feed the birds.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank-
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Pra-
you.
Prabhu,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know why people, even in Mauritius, have seen why they, in front of Mother Kali, they offer chicken or
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's right.
Why do they do that? I don't know.
They think that will please Mother Kali. But what
Yeah,
we
but she's a pure devotee, isn't
she's a
she?
pure devotee, yeah. She's a pure devotee. Yeah. But because she gives shelter, like Lord Shiva, he gives shelter to anybody. Doesn't matter how bad somebody is. Lord Shiva will protect that person, if they take shelter of him. Mother Kali is like that as well. She's exactly the same. She's very, very kind-hearted personality. Very lovable personality. But her followers can be perhaps a little bit crazy.
Deviated. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. But yeah, you're right. It's very prominent in Calcutta. There are a lot of followers of Mother Kali who do crazy offerings.
I
Yeah,
couldn't understand. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. And Prabhaben, even food which is left overnight, actually, if it's prasad, then it's fine. But ideally, food should be eaten within 3 hours of cooking. But what we do is we offer that whatever we cook, we offer it to God, and it becomes prasad. So even if that is left over and you eat it the next day, that's fine because it's prasad. So that's just one other point I just wanted to mention. Okay, let's stop there. Srimad Bhagavad Purana ki jai.